In this speech, Braden will be exploring his Pathways Assessed leadership style, the innovative leader. Braden tells me he is positive his true style is a dilapidated leader, but that was not an option in Pathways. And since innovative and dilapidated sort of rhyme, he will run with it. So ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy 90 Days Sink or Swim. 90 Days Sink or Swim, Mr. Braden Bennett. Take it away, Braden.
Thank you, Freddie. So last Saturday night, I was frantically signed into the Toastmasters Pathways program so I could complete my online leadership self-assessment because I had to ponder about it and then write a speech for today. While I was on there, I was answering questions like this one. Do I ask others for their opinions before I made an important decision? Well, now that I've joined the executive team and Ron's there, I don't have to ask my opinions. He gives it to me either way. So I said, not at all. After I completed all the questions, there came my results. You are an innovative leader. Am I an innovative leader? As in coming up with new methods, advanced and original ideas? I'm not so sure. But you know what? The assessment isn't here today. It's just me. So I get to self-identify as a plagiaristic leader. Yes, I shamelessly steal ideas from others and use them for my own advantage. You know what? Life, it's complicated. People are complicated. Sometimes it feels like sink or swim. It's not all just smelling the roses out there. So I reach for a freaking life jacket. And you know what my life jacket is? Books. Glorious books. Here's an example. Last Saturday, after I finished my leadership assessment, I had another piece of homework that I had to work on. I was putting off the finishing touches on a slideshow and presentation I had to deliver 9 a.m. Monday morning. All right, let's see if we can screen share here.
Perfect.
Perfect. I had to present a 30, 60, 90-day onboarding sales business plan. This was an important presentation, and I wanted to nail it. How? Sometimes this kind of thing makes me nervous. So I need to reach for my life jacket to make sure I do a good job. First thing I learned from Toastmasters is you want to start with a bang. You want to have a good opener. So I reached for my first book, Marketing Made Simple author Donald Miller, for his ideas. He suggests you start with a hook. And a hook means you need to start with a problem. Donald suggests that story writers or screenplay writers in the first 6 minutes of a movie always introduce a problem. Otherwise, it gets really boring. So I started with a hook in my presentation. I rehearsed a stat from IKO, the IKO group, a manufacturer of residential construction materials, where they suggested only 6% of their new sales reps exceeded expectations in the first 90 days, and 48% failed to meet expectations. That was my hook. Next, because I learned from Toastmasters, you need to have 3 topics in your body. I broke my presentation into 3 months, the first 30 days, 60 days, and 90 days. But still, I needed a framework to work with. So I reached for my next life jacket, an audiobook that I had listened to about 4 years ago by author Michael D. Watkins, The First 90 Days. Michael explains how in the first 90 days, you each month has an important goals that you want to achieve and pitfalls you want to avoid. So I broke in my presentation each 30 days into a section, and I had points for each. I'm not going to go through them all. It feels a little boring right now. The important thing is I had a framework that I could use to rely on. Last, I needed to have some really good content. So I reached for my third life jacket, a book by author Anthony Iannarino about sales prospecting. I shamelessly stole his ideas when I made a presentation about touch points. This was a lifesaver. Good content cannot be overstated. Of course, I had a following or a closing. Life may feel sink or swim, but you know what? There are life jackets all around that we can rely on. The knowledge of others. A real innovator, author James Clear, who wrote the best-selling novel or best-selling book, Atomic Habits, claims that all of his ideas are repurposed thoughts of other people before him. I share James's theories that I don't need to reinvent the wheel. I can just use the ideas of others. I suggest that real leaders are readers, and I'm grateful for so many great resources. Thank you. Back to you, Mrs. Toastmaster.